Alright, and there we have it. The first coat of Brownell's Alumahyde II. So what we did here is we prepped the work surface with acetone and got a real thorough degreasing. I masked off any areas that I didn't want covered. Like I plugged both ends of the barrel with faux mirror plugs. You know, just to make sure that no extra paint seeped into the barrel or anything. The cylinder crane were separated from the frame. Masked off any areas that I didn't want painted. I did have some issues with not quite masking some of the areas off that I would like, and getting a little bit of overspray. And in addition to that, I have some rashes on the cylinder. I will probably be redoing the cylinder, but pretty happy with the overall finish quality. It went on pretty smooth. Any imperfections that you see are generally going to be due to the actual firearm. This is the semi-gloss. So overall, if you have ever used appliance paint, this is very, very similar to appliance paint in both feel and finish. It very much feels like the Saiga rifles that were coming out of Russia there for a while. The finish that those have is basically appliance paint. I've used appliance paint to refinish small parts on AKs, AR kind of deals, but this is my first go round with this, and I think it did a pretty good job. I'll take a little bit of steel wool to any of the areas that had a little bit of overspray, like see if we can catch any of it. There's a little bit on the hammer. I'm not even sure if on the original condition with this gun, if the hammer was blued or not. You can see in the earlier videos the condition that the shooter was in. Pretty bad, but I'd give it probably, as far as the product goes, I'd say a C+, B, as far as quality goes. Like I said, I do feel like I just basically painted it with appliance paint. That said, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with appliance paint. Better than a rattle can, you know, like a Krylon job. Definitely not Cerakote. This is baked on. This is probably maybe 3 hours old. I'm trying not to handle it too much. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm pretty happy with it. I got a little bit of overspray here on the trigger that I'm going to need to take care of. Besides that, I'm going to let it cure. I'm not going to do anything with it for about 2 weeks. And then like I said, I'm probably, let's see if we can get a picture of it. I have some, like I said, a little bit of rash popped up on the cylinder. You know what they say, you're always your own worst critic. And considering the condition it was in whenever I got it, that's entirely my fault. Bad prep work, basically. But as far as the product goes, I'm pretty happy with it. So, if anybody is wondering what I did with the cylinder stop screw, is that just a machine screw that I cut and kind of custom fitted to plug that in. Revolver's headspace off the cylinder, so it should be okay. That said, I'm only going to run 44 special through it, just because I value I value having 5 fingers. So there you go. All right. Go ahead and ask if you have any questions, and that's probably pretty close to the way it's going to look from now on. It from a distance, I think from a distance it almost looks like a factory finish. You really would be hard pressed to see a better improvement from where it was. All right, well, thanks for watching.